Guys, Caleb here, and today I'm going to be kind of talking about my problem with Lego's 18 plus sets and why exactly I think they should kind of be reconsidering how many 18 plus sets they're making, and just sort of my thought on all these 18 plus sets from a 14-year-old boy. Those of you who don't know, in 2020 Lego started this 18 plus set. I believe it started with the helmets, I want to say, but yeah, they pretty much started this 18 plus lineup where it's pretty much it doesn't mean it has anything inappropriate in it, and it doesn't even always mean that's too hard for anybody under 18 to build. It's just more marketed for adults with a nice black background and more kind of in the style built for adult collectors. Don't get me wrong, this is a really good thing. There's a lot of adult collectors out there, and originally I thought, yeah, this is a great thing. I was all in, they're just gonna make a couple sets for AFOLs, and any adult can buy any set. It doesn't, have to be marketed to them. Like a 30-year-old man could buy a 4 plus set. I mean, it's up to them. And, adults can buy Legos. It's just kind of Lego's way of saying, hey, there's AFOLs out there, and they can buy Legos too. I was all in with that, and then it felt like Lego was just making a bunch of them. At least in the first half of 2020, there was over 10 18 plus sets, and I just felt that there was a bit many of them. However, I still think it agrees to some things. Take something like the Lamborghini, which is ridiculously hard to build. Like, that's really, really hard to build. That makes sense being 18 up, or stuff like these stud display mosaic things back there, which are pretty hard to build and are meant for display. You objectively cannot play with them, and so it kind of makes sense to be in that 18 plus range. Haunted house, which had a bunch of play features and, wind up crank for this little thing to go up and fall down. And while I do think this is a little bit ridiculous to be like 18 plus, it does make sense because it has a lot of references to older Lego themes inside of the actual mansion. And so this one didn't really get on my nerves as much as some of the other ones. And pretty much halfway through 2020, I thought, all right, Lego's just kind of experimenting with this, and it's not going to go on forever, right? Not all of the big sets are going to be 18 plus. However, I was wrong. There was only more 18 plus sets in the end of 2020. While there was a lot of them, I do objectively agree with most of them. Like the Coliseum, ridiculously hard to build, biggest set ever for a while until the stupid world map mosaic beat it. But that makes sense to be 18 plus. I completely agree with that. Honestly, Cantina is a little bit of a different story though, because this is really meant for playing. It's not exactly a display model, although it could look nice on display. It's meant for swinging out and playing, and kind of a big playset made for kids. And so it's a little weird to have this black background with the 18 plus logo on it. I only think it got weirder from there with the Sesame Street set being 18 plus. I personally do not agree with this at all. Street is a kid's show. I mean, maybe adults have some nostalgia for it, and I'm sure some adults buy it, but it's really a kid's show. It's not an incredibly complicated set to build for kids. Like, my younger sister could probably build that. For some reason, Lego markets with this black background with the 18 plus logo, and I just kind of think that's weird. I don't really understand it that much. Clubhouse, there have been over 10 different Winter Village sets that have not been 18 plus to suddenly make this thing 18 plus that lots of families get every year to collect the Winter Village sets seems a little bit ridiculous for me. Like, this is kind of a kid set. It's not really a adult set. It's more of a family set. And it doesn't make sense to market it as 18 plus with the black background. You don't get a nice snowy background or anything like the gingerbread house. You just get this kind of dull black background for a set sort of based for kids, which I think is a little bit much. Of 2020, there was almost 30 different 18 plus sets, and while I do think a lot of those make sense, quite a fair amount of those do not make any sense in my mind at all, really. Lego kept up the strange tradition with making some of their sets at the start of 2021 in the 18 plus range. Take the police station, for instance, being the 16th modular. The other 15 modulars had epic box art with it connected up to other parts of the city. If you just have this standalone, it's not really in a city. It's made for building with cities, and when you have it alone like that, it just doesn't look that great objectively. Background on that one is a little bit ridiculous. I also kind of think the blacksmith shop should have had some more medieval background on the box art. I mean, it's alright. I guess it's somewhat complicated. So that one kind of makes sense for me to be 18 plus. In April of 2021, they might have released the weirdest and least fitting 18 plus set to date, which I think is the Winnie the Pooh set. I do not think this is 18 plus at all. Like, it is a children's show made for children, and obviously there's lots of adults that are into nostalgia and stuff, and that's fine, but this is exactly like the Sesame Street, where it's a kid's show made for kids, and you're saying this is 18 plus and giving it the boring black box art. There's lots of kids who see that, and they're like, oh, I see this is 18 plus, but I can't buy it because it's 18 plus, and I think that is honestly kind of annoying. Lots of other 18 plus sets like the Ghostbusters Ecto 1, the new like Targa, I want to say Porsche Targa thing, and just lots and lots of other 18 plus sets. On the other hand, I think there's one or two sets that are not 18 plus that I think Lego should have made 18 plus, such as the Guardians of the Galaxy ship, the Milano. That's like a display model built for display, has a stand and everything, yet it's still made for 14 plus, which I mean, that's good, I guess, but this seems like it would have fit pretty well with their 18 plus thing they had going. And for some strange reason, they didn't do that. Especially, like, I'm not an adult, I'm a teenage boy, I'm 14, and so to see all these 18 plus sets, that's a little bit weird, and I'm really into Lego, and I'm, generally into this stuff. I just think Lego has pushed it a little bit too far, and I think they should kind of reconsider and slow down the 18 plus. Don't get me wrong here, I don't want 18 plus to be gone forever. I just don't think we should be getting almost 30 sets in 1 year in the 18 plus range. I think it should be more like 10 or 15, and making some of these a little bit more for areas like teenagers like me to buy them. And with this 18 plus lineup, I think it's just getting a little bit out of hand. In the comments below what exactly you think of this, if you like their theme, if you dislike their theme, if you think they should continue it, if you think they should stop it right there. And the Secret Productions signing off for now. Make sure to like and subscribe. I'll see you guys later. Peace out.